Hey guys, thank you for joining us again for another exciting episode of Yomo. This is the Year of Magical Learning podcast. And today, Reflection 359 it says something about
Stanley Tucci, man.
Stanley Tucci.
You don't know who Stanley Tucci is?
I don't.
What the hell?
I do not.
What you ever
I've been
seen?
living on the rock
Dude, you know who Stanley Tucci is. He's in Devil Wears Prada. Do you remember? Ever seen Devil Wears Prada?
vaguely.
He was Meryl Streep's head designer guy that was the gay dude that she kept screwing over all the time. This guy's been in a ton of famous movies. He's a really famous actor. Here, I'll show you a photo of him.
That guy. I've seen him.
Yeah, here. He's an Italian American, by the way. So I mean that's but yeah,
I've seen him
this
in a commercial, something about some alcohol.
so during COVID, he became super famous because he made interesting cocktails for people on Facebook Live, and he's like class personified. He's very cultured. Here's some of the movies he's been in: Devil Wears Prada, Julia and Julia, Road to Perdition,
Yeah, a lot of movies.
tons. Yeah, Captain America, Hunger Games,
Hunger
Spotlight.
Games, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's been in a ton of stuff. During the pandemic, there was a series that CNN had created that started right before the pandemic happened and kind of took off, honestly, because everybody was stuck at home watching Netflix and whatever. It's called Tasting Italy, Searching for Italy. So Stanley Tucci had this Netflix, it was on CNN originally, but then Netflix picked it up and it became super popular. It was him just going to his Italian roots and going around and eating food all over Italy, basically, and exploring different cultural spots in Italy. And it was just really, really good TV. Not only that, Stanley Tucci is just a really interesting guy. The reason why this is called 22 books is the reflection title. This is our 22nd book that my wife and I did together over the Yomo journey. And I wanted to call it out on this particular reflection because this is probably the last one that I was going to write. This is the last one that we did in the 365, the original 365 year magical learning. So this officially marked our last book that we finished together. And Stanley Tucci has a special place in both of our hearts for that Searching for Italy show because we both really enjoyed it. I'm Italian American, and Stanley Tucci is also Italian American. Hearing about his childhood and how he grew up and his family reminded me a lot of my family and how we grew up and the things that we did. And then for Felicia, my wife, she loves food and she's a big foodie kind of person, like one of those typical millennials that like to go out for brunch and whatever. That's totally my wife. She's very basic, when it comes to stuff like that. So when we finished our previous book before this, I saw this one. I had it kind of queued up. That Audible does a really good job of algorithms, right? And saw that he had just released Stanley Tucci had just released a memoir, and it was called Taste, right? So it's about Stanley Tucci's life through food,
Mm-hmm.
and told my wife this, and I was like, hey, do you want to make this our next book? And she was like, oh yeah, like I mean, I love Stanley Tucci and love food. Can't wait to hear his take on all these things. And it was a really good book. Actually, I learned a lot about the guy's life. He's actually gone through a lot. His first wife died, really early on. Not early on. I mean, they had a full life together, but then she passed away when he was in his 40s or 50s or something like that. And then he got cancer of the throat as well. So he couldn't even eat anything or swallow anything for many, many months. I had no idea that he was going through a lot of the stuff. So this book is about his just love of food since he was a child and his life through food, as it is today and all the ups and downs of his life in between. And yeah, it was a really interesting book. I learned about some new dishes I never knew about and, learned about his life and it was cool. But as this relates to the journey, the 22 books was kind of like something I had to stop and take a reflection about, because it's like, holy shit. Like my wife and I read or consumed most of them. They were all Audible books because we were listening to them together. Consumed 22 different books together over the time of this journey from start to finish, which is almost mind blowing to me because like never in a million years would I have ever assumed I would consume a book with my wife, let alone before our daughter came along, but let alone 22. Officially, that weird ass family that, it all started with Matthew McConaughey's Green Lights book. So it was about a year into Yomo, and Amelia and I were having a blast, like, just devouring all kinds of stuff and learning new stuff every single day and having a lot of fun. And there was this one Saturday after Luca was born, and he was still in the NICU, and we were at home and cooking breakfast before we went there. And I was like, hey, you want to listen to a book together? Because I just felt like we were leaving her out of it. I wanted her to engage in it. And she goes, sure, I guess I'd be open to that. So I was like, well, I just bought this Matthew McConaughey book. I don't know if you're interested in trying it. She was like, sure, why not? So we ended up turning it on that Saturday morning while we ate breakfast and had a quick meal before we went back to the NICU with Luca. For like an hour, it was just really fun. I mean, we just had a good time just sitting there listening, laughing. And Matthew McConaughey's book was awesome, Green Lights book. And we really enjoyed it. So the next weekend we did it again, right? We during the weekend came and we turned on the book and we were just eating breakfast and having a good time. And slowly but surely over the course of the next couple of weeks, we finished the book. We're like, "Do you want to try it again?" She was like, "Yeah, sure." So we did another one, and then we did another one. Then slowly and surely it morphed into our Amelia walks every night, or then pushing Luca around in a stroller. Every time that we would take a walk, we would take a little portable Bluetooth speaker with us, and we'd just play a book as we walked around the park, and we were just churning through books all over the place. And then here you go. Fast forward, 22 books later, and we're at book number 359 in the journey and writing about it
Mm-hmm.
and finishing Stanley Tucci's book. And I just thought it was something like a really special thing that I wanted to share in this journey of how magical some of these things are when you start the compound effect and it all comes into play and you get other people you care about doing stuff that you care about as well. And it just makes it like a way more magical experience. And as it relates to the book in particular, what I learned most was with Stanley Tucci, I don't know, there's something about the guy that just really just draws you in. And I don't know exactly what it is, but we absolutely loved it. And the thing I learned the most from it was he talked a lot about his family, right? And my Italian American roots were very much so all up on our shit, with our families all over I mean, I'm sure a lot of, immigrant-ish families are similar, but like, Italians have we talk a lot with our hands and we are all in our towards business and we're all loud and obnoxious and annoying, and like that's very much so my family. But, it makes me really happy to be around my family and my people and, being around people that I love and people that I care about and spending time with them. This book reminded me of how grateful I am of this journey and how it's helped connect my family better together. And anytime that I can spend time with my kids and my wife and my family or anybody else that I care about, like it's time well spent. And I absolutely love it. I think that's what life's about, right? Anyways, that was a reflection. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
I guess the lessons of the day is you are who you are. Beaver must stand, right? If you're a beaver, right, you want to be in an environment that's suitable for the beaver. You're Italian, right? You're gonna be in an environment that's suitable for Italian because that's who you
Yeah.
are. You connect, you can relate, and the thing that you do, like you said, once you have found a path that resonates with who you are as that person, you're doing these things, and you don't even notice because you so immerse yourself inside of the activity itself. You're enjoying the moment.
Right.
You don't realize how much accumulation, how much compound effect has occurred for you to look back and think, wow, we did 22 books together.
22 books. I mean,
And we look back from your perspective and my perspective, we did 359 books together,
that's
right?
wild. I mean,
I mean, you think about that, right? But you and I don't usually
you don't really think about it. I mean,
we don't look at it. We only look at, okay, I get to talk shit about stuff that I care about every single day.
but
And that's all. And that's who we are. I mean,
it's just fun.
it's something else, but for us, this is what resonates with us
Right.
as this group. And so you are who you are. Be
Yep.
who you gotta be and do what you gotta do. I mean, it's as simple as that.
I agree. The compound effect, like you said, is it's not even something that you really feel. It's only in moments when you do take a step, like you're climbing up a mountain and you happen to look down and you're like, fuck, we're pretty high up here. But you didn't even realize you were just in the zone, climbing, climbing, climbing. And all of a sudden you look down and you're like, wow, all right, we've gone pretty far, but we're not stopping. Like we're having a good time and we're enjoying it. But it's just the truly magical, I guess is the only word that I can describe it, of progress that gets made doing stuff that you love to do. It just naturally happens. And I don't know other word to say other than magic.
This is
It's
a
like
power.
it's
This is
magic,
the power
Yeah.
of. I mean, the power of
Right.
time. People can't really fathom the power of time. But the thing is, that's in a way for you to compare what you did versus someone else did. But at the same time, to me, it doesn't really matter because the thing is, a compound effect is usually presented to the people as a comparison to say, hey, you got to walk that much to
Right.
become better. In the game of life, you're not competing with another person.
Right.
You're competing with yourself because the thing is, how far you get is up to you. How far you get is how much you want it.
Right.
So it's not about, okay, let's say you and I, we drive a car, right? We drive and we travel. In that kind of scenario, well, if you travel from the West Coast to the East Coast, right? And I travel from Texas to Florida, I mean, to me, it has nothing to do with distances. It's how I feel, how the emotions of my present in life, taking the gift of life and doing something with it that aligns with who I want to be. or I need to be. And that is all that matters. It's not about, oh, yeah, True drove less than Chris, or Chris drove more than True. So you think about a comparison, say, hey, I did this much. If you and I were to do 365 books, but we don't enjoy it, it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, actually, it's even worse. I mean, it's worse. Worse. It's like,
But
what are you fucking doing?
That's what people used to do as a comparison. So I think the concept that people have conjured up over the years, most of this concept really doesn't benefit anyone. We're talking about the golden rule yesterday, right? It doesn't benefit anyone, because if you think about how the golden rule is defined, it isn't a good thing, because it doesn't work. And same thing with the compound effect. Yes, the compound effect is this and that, but yes, I can do a lot of work. Let's say I'm really good at coding, but I hated coding. It doesn't matter how good I am.
Right.
Let's say I'm really good at making money, right? I can make $1 billion, but if I don't need the money for whatever is gonna bring me joy, then it doesn't matter how much money I make.
Yeah.
You think about it, like, let's say
it's like making a third pumpkin pie, when you only wanted a slice or whatever, and you're like, what do I do with it? Like, I don't want to keep making pumpkin pies. I just wanted one slice of pie, like that's it. Like, I'm good. I can make one slice of pie and I'm good. I'm happy.
So that what is the point, right? And every single person's point, it's going to be different. It is their own particular perspectives and point of view, and what they want in life, and what they enjoy in life. And what you enjoy in life, it depends on who you are made, how you are made. It's not who you want to be. Let's say I want to be Elon Musk, but I don't have the capability. I want to be Tom Brady, or I want to be Michael Jordan, I want to be LeBron James. I can't, right? And so,
well, you could. I mean, if that was your beavering activity. I mean,
no, it's not. But
you can't,
because it's still not, because if I had the faculty, then I would be beavering, because I don't have the faculty.
So,
then it doesn't. I mean, you think about it, beaver, right? Why does a beaver like water? Because it has a waterproof pelt. It's just like, well, why do LeBron James like basketball? He has the capability to play basketball with all the physical traits, and the mental and the emotion that goes with it. And I may have the emotion, but I lack the physical trait. It's not a beaver must damn activity.
Oh, I know what you're saying. I was just saying, I guess that could be you, but I mean, that it's not you. It's not actually you, but it could be you. I mean, there's no reason why you
can't. Because the thing, it has to align with all the pieces.
Right.
It can't if all those pieces were one piece. Like, let's say, to me, I love football, but I'm this 5'6" guy, right? I like football. I just don't have the stature to play football.
Right.
Hey, I want to be, a quarterback, or blah, blah, whatever. This is the advice I give my nephews. Live in the world of probability, not possibility. Possibility means, hey, can you become Tom Brady? There's a possibility, but it's not probability, right? So don't live in that world. You're being brainwashed by all these underdog stories. That is the best advice that he ever received. And he come back from college and he told me that main thing is, you gotta do what you have the faculty to do. Don't do things because you wish something.
Right. Or the stuff that you have the faculty to do is probably stuff that you're going to enjoy anyway.
Exactly. That's why it has
stuff they don't want to do. I was just talking to my friend David today, who's going to be working at Indianapolis Pickleball Club with me, which I'm excited about that. We were playing tennis today because he's a tennis buddy of mine, and I, we were talking about this exact topic, the difference between working on your backhand and life, in real life, of like, why would you work on your backhand in real life? What's the point? Life isn't a game where there's defined rules or not, and we've talked about this so many different times that I'm not going to rehash it, but it was one of those realizations where we're literally talking about tennis as we're playing tennis, and I'm like, yes, you need to work on your back. If you want to improve in this game, you have to address your weaknesses, right? Because it's a game, and somebody will exploit it at some level along the way, because that's the point of the game. It's to win the game. I don't know that there's any point to winning. There is no way to win life.
The rules are very dynamic, and they're different. And
it's an infinite game.
The only rules is when you lose. It's not when you win. It's when you lose.
That's a great point.
How fast you lose, and when you lose, it's mean when you quit.
It's a via negativa of life, right?
It is.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah, I mean, you're either going in the direction you want to go or you're via negativa, I guess, in life, but like it's pretty stark obvious where you should focus your attention. Like after, at least for us, after this journey, it's like, why would you
Your
ever
focus
focus
of
your
attention
attention
is not to quit.
on the stuff that you like?
The thing is, I guarantee you, if you're doing something you don't like, how likely is it for you to quit?
I,
You think
like
about it. Think
we're
about it in life,
told,
right?
I
In
mean,
life, let's say I told you to go work in a salt mine, right? How long you think you work there? Let's say you in life you have this chronic disease. How long do you want to live? But in
great
life,
point.
if you have like a healthy body, a healthy mind, right? And life is just joyful for you. How long do you want to live? It's not about life. You don't can't win in life. Okay, it's
Right,
about when you lose. When you lose, like okay, when you quit. When you quit, it means when you die.
right.
Meaning, like in life, that's a game of life. You quit when you
Yeah,
die. You don't win because you eventually will die. But do you want to hang on to something and endure the eating the frogs and the heartaches and all these things? And if you do that, let's say you endure those, how far can you go? If you have, let's say me and my exact duplicate were to do like things that I like and the things that they force my twin to do, how long do you think he's gonna say my life sucks? The hell with it. I'm gonna light my last cigarettes. You think
yeah, right.
about that concept a little bit. So in a way, indirectly, it's the thing you like to do, but when you want to survive the long game as long as you want, the only viable solutions for you to survive the longest is to do the things that
Right.
makes you feel joy. That
Keeps your
is the
energy. Yeah. It's about
only so
energy
so
management.
so that particular requirement will automatically veer you toward the answers of you got to do things you like.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it doesn't matter what it is. Because
You
if you
honestly
hate,
don't have a choice.
if you
Yeah.
being, let imagine you go and you do something that you don't like. Okay, there's the compound effect will kick in. We're talking about like, hey, I'm too stressed out. I can't eat right. My body is ache. You do all these things. It just compound you and it just grab you and pull you to the ground, right?
It does.
You going to let go of life because so many things are just yanking on you. It's just immeasurable,
It is. It's heavy. It's
right?
heavy. It's
It
it's
is
it's
very heavy. So it
it
doesn't
is. Yeah.
matter that one single thread of starting something you don't like. When you
Yep.
start something you don't like, you say, I hated doing this. I hate talking to people. I hate running around. I hate blah, blah, blah. That hate in turns create you stress. That stress in turns create your the chemicals in your body to release, and that chemical doesn't get you to give you the ability to sleep, right?
Right.
It doesn't give your body the ability to heal, and you get older and you get weaker, and then that becomes like liability. I become
Hmm.
weaker. I get sick, more prone. I do less work. I sleep less. Everything starts to unravel from that starting point.
Right. I agree. Yeah.
And then if that becomes, I guarantee you, people say, in life you gotta live a little, right? You only live once. That's bullshit. You live every day. You die once. You quit. Once you quit, you're done. But that's what I'm
Good point.
saying is you can't say, well, you only live once. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. I'm gonna smoke shit. I'm gonna drink till I pass out, or I'm going to inject poison. Or I'm gonna do this stupid dare somebody dares me to do because I have this macho of an attitude, whatever. Right? You do that shit, and then when you get to the point where you are on this defibrillator or on this oxygen tank, right? Pain is constantly like nagging at you. You wish you have a gun that can shoot you in the head. People don't understand that until you get it. So you don't tell me that, hey, live a little until you have the chronic pain. Then you come back and you give me the answer. But otherwise, if you have been there, you don't know shit.
Yeah. I mean, I tend to agree with everything you said, and I don't think there's anything I can argue with. As a matter of fact, like I think that's one of the central themes of this whole journey is like, time's short, and like don't fucking waste it like doing shit that you don't want to do and around people you don't want to be around. And And it's kind of as simple as that.
I'm going to ask you this question again. I've asked you this before, but you imagine Steve Jobs, right? He has, I don't know, $100 billion, whatever it is. He has pancreatic cancer. If I were to come to him and say, I will give you 10 more years, or I'll give you 1 more year, but I want $1 billion, do you think he will give me $1 billion to give him 1 more year?
Yeah, I'm
Knowing
sure
that
he would
he's
go
going to
in,
die that day?
I'm sure he would go into debt, if you asked him to do. I
So
mean,
you're
because
talking about
it's
time.
what we spend money
Time
on, man. Spend
is
money on what you
more
care about.
precious than anything in the world to you.
All of your resources need to go toward doing what you want to do, whether it's your money, whether it's
So
your time.
don't spend the time on something that is not matters to you. So you think about what
Yeah,
I just said. Steve Jobs, let's say Steve Jobs knows he dies today, right? And say, well, the doctor said you die today. I come into you and say, hey, I can give you 1 more year, but I want $1 billion in exchange. Or heck, I say, hey, I want 50 billion. Or heck, I want every single dime that you have.
yeah.
Do you think he will pay it? Or if I ask him, I want triple what you have,
I'm
he
sure
can
you
say,
figure it
well,
out.
I'm going to debt to get
Right,
it, right?
right.
That's the thing is, this is how value time is to a person. But here, we're wasting it. We're doing
I mean,
some shit we don't want to do because, I have time. Because
agreed. I had the option in 2024 at this point in time to make $250,000 or to spend $250,000. That's a $500,000 swing, right? And I gladly said I'd rather go spend $250,000 because I get to do what I want to do every single day. And while it's stressful, I'm enjoying all of it. I'm enjoying building out this facility. I'm enjoying hiring people. I'm enjoying people getting excited about a game that I like and care about, and they're excited with me about something. I'm enjoying talking to companies about it. I don't enjoy spending money, but I enjoy spending money on
well,
stuff.
it's a concept we've been conditioned to avoid. But I
It
don't
is.
think it matters because you think about the people who live off the land and they have no need for money. It's like spending money doesn't mean anything to them, right? It's just that we have been conditioned to hold on to that money. We have this loss aversion in us somehow, right? That's why you don't enjoy spending money. But if you get to the point where you understand it and you can condition yourself out of that, then spending money is no problem. Imagine this: the money, it isn't yours, and it will never be yours. There's just this
It
money
isn't.
in the bank, and then you can just write the check, right?
But I mean,
You can
it
write a check
literally,
all day. You can write a check all day until it's gone.
you
It
know,
isn't.
in this case, it literally isn't. And I don't care either way, to be honest with you, because I think to your point, what you just said, I'm kind of desensitized to it now at this point in time. Like I'm like, what is this? I mean, who even cares? Like the thing that's kind of mind blowing to me, and because it's been so mind blowing to other people, is like I'm not like rich, by any means. Like I would never call myself rich, but it like that I wouldn't even call myself half rich or even quarter rich. I would just say I'm a normal person that has a normal amount of money, in my opinion. I don't think that it's a lot, but it's okay. Whenever I tell anybody that's also in the similar kind of boat as me, they're like, well, is it just you that's doing this? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, huh,
Holy shit!
how is that? And I'm like, I
You're
don't know.
pretty rich.
I'm just figuring it out. I don't know, but like, and I know that what I would be thinking before I even started to go through this journey, I would be going like, man, just like Chris just sitting on like a couple $1,000,000 or whatever. And, no, the answer is no. I mean, like, that's not the case at all. It almost has been so oddly easy to acquire money to do what I'm trying to do right now that it almost makes me wonder why people need to go hustle so hard to raise funds for stuff that they're
It's
doing.
a concept that money is hard, and 99%, and maybe 98% of all the things that prevent you from doing anything or getting into money, it's you.
Yeah,
You are sabotaging yourself because you don't
right.
have the confidence and you have this scarcity mentality, right? The world is abundant, right? It's abundant because you can live off the land, and it's unlimited potential to live off the land. And God give you all the resources, all the land for you to do. Just like,
Yeah,
hey, if you say, hey, I need to harvest some water for people to drink, right? For me to go and get a bucket and go to the river and scoop it up, right? One of them is not going to work. But if somebody goes and say, hey, How about I build you a wheel out of the tree, right? And I can create a water wheel and bring the water automatic to you, right? That
Right.
is called from. I mean, it's not like when something is gained, something is missing, right? A person as a creator in us, we are the creators, right? We're not as opposed to the composer. We are the creators. We create things, and so the creating is it create one thing and create 10,000 of value, 10,000 excess value,
Right.
right? So as long as we have the human ingenuity, we can multiply 1,000 times, 100,000 times, 1,000,000 times the things that you need. So if you think about the abundancy of the world itself, you will get out your own fucking elephant's way and let the elephant do its job. And then when you do that, it's easy because it's all. I mean, you go out there, right? Dirt is there, air is there, tree is there, everything's there for you. When they say, hey, you think people say, hey, this money goes on trees? Yes, it does.
Literally.
It's
Right.
literally money. So
Right.
if
Right.
you keep saying, money don't grow on trees, well, that's your mentality. You just stop
Right.
yourself from being creative to say, hey, there's trees there, well, there's
There's
fruits
there's
there,
there's money
there's
somewhere.
someone, there's shades there, there's leaves there, and there's
Right.
soil there. There's like so many things you can do with it because you have a scarcity mentality versus abundance mentality. Abundant mentality is, you say, well, it's not like I take one tree and that tree is going to be given to somebody else and that tree is missing. It's not
Right.
that kind. In the world of dynamic, the wicked world that we live in is so dynamic that you have the option to do that. And this is reality, though. Reality is that it is abundant. The
I'm
thing is,
I'm
there's so many things out there. It's like you cut one tree and you plant something, it grows 5 times.
I'm chuckling because that same David guy that I was talking to you about earlier, I was telling him my plan of making money for this facility. And I was like, I'm gonna go after like the corporate dollars, like, because I was explaining to him my life at like Salesforce and how just grotesque amount of money that we just spend on the dumbest shit, like taking clients out or travel or whatever else, all the like, and it's just $10,000 for my monthly expenses just to travel, and entertain customers or something like that. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like that doesn't make any sense. But like, and he asked me, he's like, how do they make how do they afford that? And I go, well, and then I told him my strategy about doing it for like the corporate health and wellness, kind of dollars, I guess, if you will, for the facility. And I was like, I'm gonna go after that stuff because I know they got a shitload of money. They can just go as long as I can talk to the right people and figure out how to convince the right people to
To write
do
your
this.
check.
Like the right means we'll be able to be okay, and everybody else will focus on the member experience, and just the one-off people that are really going to be the heart of the club. But he started laughing. He goes, it reminds me of this South Park episode, and I've never actually seen this clip, but he just triggered my own thoughts. So I wanted to hear this really fast. You ready? All right.
Yeah.
What exactly does Canada want?
We want more money. Yeah, more money.
More money from where?
How about the internet? The internet makes lots of money, so give us some of that money. Yeah, give us internet money.
Mr. Bootman, you seem to not understand how global economics works. I think that...
Give me that fat cat, fancy lip wiggling. Are you gonna give Canada more money or not?
There you
go. You should go there. Chris need money. Chris wants money. Are you gonna give Chris money or not?
There it is.
Coding is like drumming. With coding, when you're in that like flow state, you're hyper focused, you're not really aware of it.
Hey there. So it's been 24 hours. Got my money?
Oh, you know what? Just give me till next Friday. I'll have it for you.
Oh, that's funny. I could have sworn I said have it today.
Yeah, I don't have it. Sorry.
Oh, well, all right then. That's good, OJ. Yeah, that hurt? That hurt?
What the hell?
Yeah, it feels so good, does it? No, huh? Yeah, that's what happens, man.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's what happens. Where's my money? You gonna give me my money? Where's my money, man? Where's the money? Yeah, you like that? That feel good? That feel good? Where's my money? You got till 5 o'clock. You hear me? You got till 5 o'clock. You friggin' psychopath. Clean yourself up.
Man,
What we're talking about?
this just reminded me of where's my money, man? You know, we used to there used to be memes all the time. You know,
It's not your money.
Where's my money? No, I don't know. I don't know. We're off track. We're off topic. All right, all right. And I think final thoughts for Stanley Tucci today.
Follow your money. What money means to you.
Just do things that you love with people that you love to do it with, and I think your life will be pretty good. You know, I mean, that's my advice. You know, so find more of the stuff to connect with more of the people that you love, and life will be all right.
It's as simple as that.
I don't know how much more simple you can make life sometimes, but
You just make it difficult.
yeah, we do. We really just make it a lot harder than it is.
This is why people overthink things for the useless stuff.
Right.
Like, you know, what do I want? I'm gonna want a car. No, I'm gonna want a job. So I can make money. I'm gonna make a lot of money. Then we're
Right.
gonna buy a car. You're gonna have a nice car. I'm gonna have a nice clothes. So I'm gonna drive around the neighborhood, and I'm gonna, you know, spend a lot of money. And you're gonna drink a lot. So what's the point? Oh, I just want a girlfriend. Why don't you go to the girl you like, you know, learn about what she likes and give her what she likes, right? Bring in the platinum rule, you know,
Sounds smart to me.
done.
Sounds smart to me.
Think about it. You go all round about. So what are you doing? And you don't even have any commonality with the girl, and you never give the girl what she wants. She doesn't want your fucking car, right?
Right.
Just go buy her a Louis Vuitton bag.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So why do you drive a Ferrari in front of a girl? Just go buy a fucking Louis Vuitton and get to her and say, hey, you know, I like you. Here's Louis Vuitton. Right?
Agreed.
Then what does she want? So you go around. The girl said, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna climb the corporate ladder, I'm gonna retire, I'm gonna have a pension, I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Now, this all comes with a big caveat. Nobody's saying that you're going to know exactly what you want to do right out the gate, right? So try a lot of stuff, but then be
so
super
if you don't
in
know,
tune.
what's the first thing you gotta do?
You just try stuff, and then no. You spend time getting to know yourself, like in reflection and thought and whatever, all that other stuff, right? But then you just try shit, but then be super in tune with what you're trying. If you don't like it, then stop. Like, it's okay. Like, if you start a new job and you don't like it, stop.
The first thing you gotta do is you gotta ask the beautiful question.
But the beautiful question, I think, comes over time. Like, I think the beautiful question comes from trying and living life and of taking a step.
It's as easy as this. It's as easy as, what do I want? Yeah. That's the question. That's the question you should be asking yourself. What do I want? Until you know what that is, keep asking the question, because when you ask the questions, you're gonna naturally, okay, if I don't know what I want and I'm asking myself what I want, well, naturally you're gonna be looking for answers to that. Right. And then you're gonna do, like you say, do whatever you need to do, try this, not whatever, until you can answer the questions. Because each person's journey is gonna be different. You can't say, well, oh, Chris, and you go try this, you go try that. Just like the guy who played the piano, say, hey, you know, this is how I do my notes by playing the piano, blah blah blah. That's you, not him. Right. But you give him the framework. The framework is ask the question.
Do what you like.
Ask yourself, what do I want? And find answers to that. That's a framework. I'm not telling you how to do it.
I cannot tell somebody else how to figure out that. It's on you to figure it out and keep trying and figure it out. I mean, like, that's the fun of life. Figure it out, you know?
And only you can answer the question, though. That's a caveat. It's only you can answer the question. So you have to ask yourself the question. It's, what do I want? And a lot of time, like for me, is, what do I want? What do you want? Right? We don't know that answer to that question from the beginning.
I don't know. I don't know that you never know. I don't know that you ever
kind of knew what I want. Right?
Yeah.
It's a narrowing process of what I want, because you can tell me, hey, True, do you want to partner with me on this? I say no, because that's not what I want. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do just know. Actually, it's, well, I'll tell you when we're done. But I agree. All right, let's put a pen for tonight. 359 in the books. We hit 360 next time that we visit, and can't wait to keep going. We're almost there. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining, and we will see you tomorrow.
See you. Sounds good.